Alright, what's up guys, it's your boy DyloPillow, back with another 21 Pilots reaction. I did a reaction to Scaled and Icy like a week ago, and I had no idea what was going on with that album, and you guys told me you kind of need to know the context of Blurryface and Trench before I can really appreciate that, so I didn't do an album review of that because I didn't feel like I knew enough to do so. It seems like there's pretty mixed opinions amongst the music community, but I'm excited to check out Blurryface today. Seems like you guys really like that one. I know you guys want to see a reaction to Trench, so I'm going to set the like goal at 300 likes to do the reaction video to that. As soon as we hit it, I'll record that. Hope you guys are enjoying the series. Let's check out this album. Okay, looking at this album, looks like there's a few standouts in terms of plays. Stressed Out and Ride. I feel like I may have heard those songs before, but I'm not 100% sure. But let's start off with the first track called Heavy Dirty Soul. Okay. Goes kind of hard. Oh, I think I've heard this one before. I think this was on FIFA, maybe on a FIFA soundtrack. I don't know which one, probably FIFA 16. Definitely was though. It's a nice track. I'm trying to appreciate the lyrics a little more because that's not something I paid attention to while I was playing in the background of FIFA. It's a really nice track sonically. I could definitely enjoy this one. I haven't heard it in a couple years, but I like it. And it seems like it's just talking about someone who's got a kind of a negative life and trying to get out of it. So that's good. That's a good start. Okay. Track number 2 is Stressed Out. I've heard this song before, I know that. I mean, it was on the radio for so much for a while, but it's been a little while since I heard it, so I'll listen closely to the words.
No one's ever heard. I wish I had a better voice that sang some better words, but people think my name's Blurryface and I.
Okay, so he just said right there, he said, "My name's Blurryface." I was told in the comments of the previous video that Blurryface is the kind of the character throughout this album, so I'll be paying attention to that more and trying to figure that out as we go. But it's good to hear that actually said, you know. Yeah, definitely heard this part. I mean, yeah, the first 2 tracks are really catchy, enjoyable songs, so that's good.
But it would remind us of when nothing really mattered. Out of student loans and treehouse homes, we all would take the ladder.
Okay, so some of the lyrics there were talking about looking back on childhood and like the days that were easier, and now there's a lot of stress in their life. Yeah, not too dense lyrically, just an enjoyable track that does get across a message that's good too, so I like that. Good start to the album. Alright, third track's called Ride. I think I've heard this one. Oh yeah. It's interesting how each of the first 3 tracks kind of got popular for like different kind of vibes, you know? So you can tell that they were creating lots of good sounds, which is good. Yeah, I'm enjoying the vocals too. I think that like compared to the previous album, like this sounds better. Yeah, even the rapping is like pretty solid here. Not annoying at all. That's good. Yeah, I think this track is mostly just about like just enjoying your life, you know, not taking it too seriously. I think that's a good lesson, good message. Alright, we're going to go into the 4th track now called Fairly Local, and I'm fairly sure I've not heard this one, but who knows at this point. This is an interesting start. I didn't expect to hear any sounds like this.
Yo, this song will never be on the radio.
That's probably why I haven't heard it, because it wasn't on the radio. Very moody track. I think it'll be an important part of this kind of overall story that's being created. I like the vocal edits. I think it's nice to have something a little different there. An odd comparison I can draw on this one is like, I don't know if you guys know who Lupe Fiasco is, but some of his tracks sometimes sound like this, so it's an interesting kind of comparison because I would never have expected to make it. Something I'm starting to grasp about 21 Pilots is like the lyrics aren't that dense. The only time they are dense is when he does that like kind of rapping part, because I've had a bunch of comments say like when he does the rapping, it's basically that he writes the words before and then just tries to fit them into the song. So I guess that's the part where you're going to find the dense part of the lyrics, and then the rest of it's just going to be kind of like, you know, the band type of energy, you know what I'm saying? So I think that's cool to kind of fully understand the structuring now. Okay, track 5 is called Tear in My Heart. Okay, definitely kind of a different energy right away. Yeah, this is like the opposite energy of the last track. That's super interesting. Yeah, this one feels like it's like kind of full-on rock, and I know that they've kind of worked in elements of that over time, but it's definitely not something I personally listen to very much, so like I don't know a lot about this type of sound, but it sounds all right. You know, it's a decent like execution of it. I'll just avoid the hole so you sleep fine. I'm driving here. Interesting story here. Pretty specific. Okay. I like this message actually. I agree with that statement that like you have to like kind of feel some pain sometimes to realize like you do have a soul. So this is cool. Alright, track 6 is called Lane Boy. Whoa. That's a switch up in sound once again. If it wasn't for this music, I don't know how I would have thought this. Regardless, okay, I like this. Don't trust a perfect person and don't trust a song that's flawless. Been in the industry, it seems to me that singles on the radio. Okay. It seems like a common theme here to kind of talk about what's on the radio, and like they don't like what's on the radio, but then they ironically did get some radio hits off this album. That's kind of funny to me, but I get what he's saying. Don't trust a perfect person and don't trust a song that's flawless. Yeah, I mean some good lyrics here, just kind of being like, yeah, I'm not gonna be defined, you know? And it sounds pretty good. I like this. Definitely a little different. Yeah, working in some interesting sound, for sure. This is just kind of an instrumental part. It's nice to have that though, just to have something a little different. The 7th song is called The Judge. A little bit of a longer one, almost 5 minutes. Ukulele? That's not what I expected. That's cool though, I like ukuleles. Whoa. Okay. It's heading south, but I'm not good with directions, and I hide behind my mouth. I'm a pro at imperfections, and I'm best friends with my doubt. Interesting lyrics. Very specific again. I probably should have stayed inside my house. I found my way, right time, wrong place. I don't know if this song is a surrender or a rebel. So kind of what I'm getting from this is like someone is the judge. I don't think it's like literally a judge of him, and he's made a mistake here and trying to figure out like how to handle the situation. That's good. Yeah, and talking about just the instrumentation on this track, there's been like almost no consistency. It's been just a bunch of different stuff. That's good and bad, but yeah, take it how you will. It doesn't really matter. Yeah, this has been a pretty crazy song. I'm not 100% sure what the like meaning is, but I got a good idea of it. Track 8 is called Doubt. Oh, this is so different every time.
Scared I'll die of uncertainty. Fear might be the death of me.
Just talking about fear right away. Always important to talk about.
Don't forget about me. Don't forget about me. Even when I doubt you.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. This is definitely not any type of music that I like. Just the electronic kind of idea behind this one is not something I'm super into. This has a good meaning behind it though, and I think it'll function as an important kind of part of this growing character throughout the album. Yeah, if I'm being honest, I don't ever want to hear this song again. I'm not a fan of this personally at all. Moving on to track 9. It's called POLARIZE.
Help me polarize, help me polarize, help me down. Those stairs is where I'll be on.
Different vocal delivery on that.
Polarize, help me polarize, help me tonight. Help me polarize, help me polarize, help me.
Yeah, this is another track that I don't particularly like this type of sound, so I'll just try and focus on the lyrics. Yeah, this one's not like that bad. It's just like I don't really like the vocal delivery too much on this. And it's not like a crazy lyrical song either so far. I don't know what help me polarize means exactly, but it seems to be like he's going through some struggles mentally at this point. The next song's called We Don't Believe What's on TV. I imagine this will be a kind of specific feeling or mood. These guys are incredibly versatile. Just going to like a ukulele type of track right after those last two. Wild.
We have all learned to kill our dreams because of you. I might think twice.
The lyrics have been kind of all over the place so far, but as we get into a mental focus again, talking about dreams and how you kind of need somebody. Definitely an energetic song. Lots of different moods portrayed in this one, I feel like. I think that's part of the story though. There's kind of like a craziness and not being very uncertain. Alright, the 11th track is called Message Man. The delivery on that's pretty interesting. I'm trying to understand what this one means exactly. The delivery is kind of taking up the full attention right now, but there's some kind of underlying story about him being on the run, which he's obviously said.
My people singing. When I know it gets better, when morning finally rears its head. Together we're losers, remember the future, remember the morning is when night is dead. Release me from the present, I'm obsessed.
He just rapped for like a whole minute there, and maybe like 40 seconds. And that was like some of the most dense lyrical stuff that I've heard on this album, so I'm not going to be able to comprehend all of that first listen. That's something I would definitely have to hit a few more times to fully take it all in, but some messages about him being the message man, I think. Like his music is the message man in a way, like he's portraying it through the words, and then some, comments about social media maybe. Like, yeah, there's some ideas there for sure. I don't know all of it. Yeah, sonically that was a pretty entertaining track as well. Definitely some uplifting or energetic and capturing your attention a lot with a lot of those sounds. The next one's called Hometown.
Spirit
Much lighter track right away. I like the sound of this a lot. I've been more captured by that than what he's even said so far. I just realized we're a minute in and I forgot everything he already said. I think that's a good and a bad thing though. I should pay more attention. That's more on me. I guess it's just kind of talking about hometown being a place that where you don't have any value or something like that, and trying to find like who you are. I don't know. Not 100% sure on this one. This is a really, really nice song though. Like, love the soundscape on this one. The 13th track is called Not Today. It's the least played song on this album, so let's see if I can figure out why that might be.
I just feel I am better off staying without me in it, trying to transform it.
Damn. Some tough lyrics there, but I think it's important to say something like that.
Aren't seeing my side. Oh, and I know this one's a contradiction because of how happy it sounds.
I like that.
It's okay.
This is one that's definitely more focused on lyrics, so that could be why it's not as popular.
Who I feel I am.
Now it's a more uplifting sound.
Just because I play the piano doesn't mean I'm not willing to take you down.
This is pretty crazy, yeah. Lots of quick switches to different moods.
Not seeing things right.
Definitely goes well with the lyrics of saying I'm out of my mind, because everything's just going crazy. Yeah, I can see why this one might be the least popular. It doesn't really have any like catchy elements to it, you know, it's just really down to like the point of like what the track means. The last track is called Goner.
By you, I'm a goner. Somebody catch my
Yeah, this sounds like kind of a moment of desperation. I think it's being expressed well.
Catch my breath. I wanna be known. I'm not. I've got two faces. Blurry's the one I'm not.
What does that mean? I've got two faces. Blurry's the one I'm not. Oh, maybe like it blurries, like a verb. The one I'm not. Wait, what? I don't know. I don't know exactly. I just confused myself a ton. Okay, so he's saying the blurry one is not who he is. It is interesting how these drums kind of built up in the first half. It's happening again, and then I expected it to kind of just flatten out without a peak. Yeah, that's a quick drop down. Definitely an emotional track. There we go. That's a peak. This is an important moment in the album because I can relate to this kind of energy. Most of the album was about, you know, finding yourself, and then you get super down on this last track and you just lose your mind in that 1 second. But that's an important moment to have, because what you do after that, that's everything. Alright. That was Blurryface by 21 Pilots, and I have some thoughts about this for sure. I mean, first off, I want to talk about like the overall meaning of this is, you know, this guy, Blurryface, is really struggling with finding himself, finding out who he wants to be, and not, you know, being, you know, put into a lane, you know, by other people. And that's a struggle I think we all face in life, so I think it's really important to talk about. Of course, there's depression, you know, symptoms, and this kind of felt through the different energies and emotions that are portrayed. And I think that's, you know, evident of the struggle that he's going through mentally, you know, that going to try and find yourself and doing it on your own is typically going to lead to depression, and he's asking for people, you know, to help him throughout the album. So yeah, I like the consistency of that. I think this album's definitely better than Vessel, pretty clearly, because I think in the Vessel video I said, like, there's a lot of ideas here, but when, you know, can they condense it into these ideas and put it into more clear meaning, clear sound, and I think they did do that. I think there were a few tracks on here that weren't very good, but there was definitely some really good tracks, you know. So I think it balances out to be better than Vessel in that aspect, because like it wasn't necessarily like the bad song in my opinion. It might not be bad to someone else, and it's really just based on the sound, and the actual meaning of the track is still there and important to the story. So that's, you know, sometimes you do have to sacrifice that, and that's okay. So I enjoyed the album for sure. I'm looking forward to Trench, because you guys do say that that is their best. So I already thought this was pretty solid. So taking it to the next level, that would be awesome to hear. So like I said, we need 300 likes to get there. Make sure you guys drop a like, consider subscribing as well so you see the rest of the series. Hope to see you guys then. Peace.